Hi and welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions, and welcome to my initial review of my new dive watch. Now it may look like a bit of a junk show I've got here, but this is all here for a reason. So I've got a couple of my existing dive watches there. I've got the SKX 009, my new Prospex diver, Turtle, and my Dan Henry compressor diver. This is here for a reason which will become clear shortly. So the watch in question is the Vostok Amphibia, or Amphibian, or whatever you want to call it. And there it is. Now I bought this purely to review on the channel. I didn't, to be honest, have a lot of interest in it, but the more sort of research I've done on Vostok, the more interested I became in it. You know, everyone knows the story. They're military dive watches. They didn't have very good tooling accuracy, so they made the glass like a compression fit, so the more pressure the tighter it gets. The same with the case design. This case design I think should be, I don't know why other companies haven't utilised this, so it's a separate case back to a ring, a screw down sort of crown ring. So when you seat the case, you can put the case in any position you want, so you can line it up, and then as you screw the case down, it doesn't twist on the seal. It just clamps down flat on it. Now I think that's a wonderful design, and I don't know why more companies don't do the same. You've got the funny floppy. So I've seen some videos where people think that this is a fault. So when you unscrew the crown and give it a pull, it goes all floppy, and it just, you know, just, let's get it right out. Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird thing. But that's meant to be like that. That's how it's been designed. And this was all because of the struggles they had with the tooling. So I've gone for a very simple black dial, scuba dude, and this really sort of highly polished case and bezel. And my intention was to kind of mod this and brush the bezel and the case, because in the pictures I didn't actually like the look of it all shiny. But once I've got it, it kind of works, and I'm actually decided, once I've sorted out the right strap for it, I'm actually going to leave it as it is. I really like it. The bezel is not like a dive bezel, because it's bi-directional, which you wouldn't have on a dive watch normally, which is, again, that's unusual. It's not an issue, because, you know, I'm never going to use this as a dive watch. You know, people don't these days use dive computers, so it's just a fun thing. It's useful for timing stuff, and it works fine for that. It's actually better to have it bi-directional than uni in that respect. I like the clear dial, the 1269. You've got the date at the 3 o'clock position. You've got loom pips and a bit of loom on the hands, and a loom pip like a lollipop on the second hand. I like the fact that the second hand's red. It just gives a nice little pop of colour. It's quite, for a turtle, or well, I say turtle, for a cushion style case, similar to the Seiko Turtle. It looks quite chunky, but the actual dial is quite small, and I thought this would wear big on the wrist, but again, a bit like the Seiko Turtle, it really doesn't. It wears beautifully on the wrist. It actually wears, you know, like a much smaller watch. So no issues with smaller wrists and things. Again, I really like the dial. I like the scuba dude on there. It's there's not too much other information. Yeah, I really like it. Really nice. I say highly polished all around the case and the bezel, stainless steel brushed effect on the back. I like this kind of effect here with the bezel, just looks funky, and a really nice domed crystal on there. Very slender watch, and on the right strap, I've got it on now, this kind of sinks a little bit into the top of the hand and snugs the wrist, across here. Yeah, that sort of sinks into your wrist, and it just looks like almost like a dress, wears like a dress watch, nearly, rather than a chunky diver when you compare it to you know, something like this. So this is an SKX, you know, a fairly slender dive watch, but it definitely wears a lot more slender than the SKX. But overall, size wise, not a lot in it, but it's got a much smaller dial. Yeah, it's an interesting little piece. Now, the reason I didn't do an unboxing was because the box is, it's just a plastic box. It's horrendous. When you get this, you think, oh my God, what have I bought? This is crap. You get a strap with it. This is an abomination. I don't know what to say about this. This is, there's sharp bits on it. There's, it feels just dreadful. This bit is not actually that bad. That's not the worst bit of it. It's the links are dreadful. It catches hairs like some of the cheap sort of £10 Casios. It's a horrible thing. So that is just, you know, just don't even bother with it. Don't worry. Mine came on this, which is like a rubber NATO, which was fine, but it makes it stand off the wrist too far, because you're standing, you know, about 4 mil, about 3.5, 4 mil off the wrist. And I say it's a nice rubber strap, really nicely made, but that's not for this watch, in my opinion. It just didn't wear very nice, so we got rid of that. I just brought this up as comparison. This is a £25 Casio watch, and the quality of the strap is like night and day. There's actually no issues with this strap whatsoever. It works really nicely, it's comfortable, and this is just folded links. It's not solid or anything, whereas this is solid, but they've just, I don't know how you can make such a horrible strap, whereas that one works really well. So it's not obviously an expensive strap, because it's on a 25 quid watch, but this thing, geez. So anyway, I had a hunt around, and I've got my SKX on this strap here, which I really like, and I didn't like the strap that came on the SKX so I thought, I tried a couple of others, didn't work, so I put this SKX strap on, which if you've seen my SKX video, this had started to conform quite nicely to my wrist by the time I'd got the new strap. I put the new strap on anyway, and I do like it. So I thought, oh, I'll try this strap on it. The jumbo spring bars didn't really fit, so I've just used the spring bars that were already on there and put this SKX strap on, and I think it actually works really nicely, and I'm really liking it. It's conforming nicely to the wrist now, and I think it looks really good. It suits the watch because it's a dive style watch. You've got this, you know, you've got a diver on the you know, the face. So the fact that it's a, you know, a proper dive strap, I think really suits the watch. It kind of seems to fit better on this watch on the wrist than it did on the SKX. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because of the design of the case or what it is, but it definitely feels really comfortable, whereas on the SKX I just never felt it was comfortable, whereas on this I was like, oh, that feels really nice. So just take it a bit further away there so you can see. So it's kind of got the chunkiness of a diver, but it's not so chunky. I mean, if you put this on like a nice flat leather strap, I mean, you can almost wear it as a dress watch. It's that slender, and you can see there the way the case back sort of squashes into the wrist slightly, so it makes it wear even thinner. And then you've got that cushioned sort of design case which conforms nicely to the wrist. I think it's a really good design, and for a watch that I've got kind of two collections going. I've got my watches that I buy to review and then sell on YouTube, and you know, I'll keep them for a few months and then move them on, get something else in. And then I've got watches that are part of my own collection. So these three are all part of my own collection, for instance. This was one I was going to get in. I bought it secondhand for the Watches for a Tank of Gas series. And I thought, no, actually, this is a standalone watch. So I will do, you know, this is part of the Watches for a Tank of Gas because, you know, it is a cheap watch, but I wasn't expecting to like it that much. I certainly wasn't expecting to want to keep it. Now I've got it, I'm like, yeah, I think this is actually going to form part of my collection now, because I really like it. It's a bit quirky. It's got some history behind it. You know, I think that's great. A great talking piece. It seems fairly accurate. It's keeping good time at the moment. It seems to wind okay. It's a bastard to set the time and date on it. It's a bit odd how you do it, but you kind of get used to how it works, and the quirkiness is what makes this, in my opinion, a fantastic watch. Obviously the modability of it is brilliant, you know, probably only beaten for modability by an SKX, and you know, you see loads you can really put your own stamp on this, but I'm just going to keep it as it is on this strap, and yeah, see how we go. I really like it. Massive thumbs up for this. So anyway, this is my review on the Scuba Dude from Vostok, and as always, I appreciate your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. You can support the channel using the PayPal Me function, details below, and stay tuned for more reviews. This is GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Bye.